let's talk about Diablo 4. Again, as a lot of you may know, season 1 is already upon us. Been waiting for the season to actually come out and played a little bit, barely level 10, but they did add quite some things that we're gonna talk about in a minute. But let's go ahead and take a look at this fine gentleman here who loves playing the game as well, and just give our opinion. Okay, let's go.
Look, I normally try to strike a balance, and normally I try not to. I've done a lot of complaining in the past about games,
Yeah, me
and
too.
I try to go in, I look at stuff, I think, okay, what's the positives out of this, and I try to keep the excitement and whatnot going for the people that are excited, etc. But like my shirt says, not today. Okay, so if
Not
you don't want
today,
to see
Josephine.
negativity, I would click off of this video now because this video is going to be my unedited. I was like, I need a beer and burger. So I went to a bar, I had a beer, and I ate a burger. And I
Okay,
went
that
home and
sounds
went to bed
good.
and didn't think about it because I didn't
Yeah,
want
I mean, I feel that after a stressful day of Diablo, I mean, burger sounds good. I'm not gonna lie.
to. And I came alive again this morning and I thought, yep,
Welcome.
still hate it. So
Yeah.
that's what we're going to talk about today. Um,
Wait. I gotta see that again. I was not expecting that. So look. Let's go back.
Still hate it.
He's like,
So
yep, still hate it. Woke up another day. Do we hate it? Yep. Immediately. Immediate hate.
that's what we're going to talk about
I don't
today.
hate it. I just have
Um,
a lot of disagreements with it.
I want to address the first things, which is that there is hidden nerfs in the patch as well.
Yes,
There
there
are
are
things
definitely hidden
within the
nerfs.
patch that are very bugged and very nerfed. I will give you one such example right now. I have 2 more skill points than normal. You know why? Because this move right here in Perfectly Balanced is now bugged and it is a 1 out of 3. I have no idea why. It just no longer accepts 3 skill points.
Yeah.
That has been already confirmed.
You know what? We got the game on right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at that really quickly because I'm a necro. I'm probably gonna just keep playing necro exclusively. I'm a masochist like that. Let's see. Let's go to start game. Okay, perfect. No queue. Is it actually looking? Yeah. All right. So let's switch it for a second. There. All right. So let's take a look at that. Here we are. Bing. 1 out of 3. That's not the one. This one right here. Oh. It is bugged. So wait. So you can only do it like once? Oh. How much does it give you? It just give you 5%? No, that's sad and bad. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, there's a lot of things kind of bugged, like for example, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the map here. Oh, what's this? I completed this. All of this should be completed, but apparently it is not. Apparently we have to do renown all over again. Because if you notice, look, only 1 quest done. 0, 0, 0. Literally all the quests were eliminated. We did get to keep the altars. 34 out of 34, 20 out of 33. Well, not really, but sure, why not? We lost all the dungeons as well. Area covered are still shown, so that's good. And we lost all the weapons as well. They're marked at least. But yeah. So as you can see, a lot of bad things. Let's go ahead and switch back to our boy over here.
That is a bug. Cinders seem to be dropping way less. This is also confirmed as a bug.
Absolutely. Cinders
You know what that was dropped? The tier in which Nightmare Dungeon I can clear. And that one's not a bug because my character, when I logged in today, not only did less damage, but took way more damage.
So far we've got hidden bugs or hidden nerfs that are bugged or whatever, both. We got less cinder. So there's really no point in doing Hell Tides right now. Now, I did read somewhere that it was supposedly bugged. We're gonna see about that as time passes by, but At the time being, they're pretty much pointless to do them because you barely get any cinder. And they did reduce the amount needed, I think, or increase. I'm not sure.
The
I think
problem
they
with this
increased the
game
amount of cinder
already
needed.
was not
I'm not
that
sure.
I'm
Don't quote
surviving
me on
too
that one because it
much.
might be reduced.
I don't know where that came into the equation and why you probably saw me be basically shocked when I was going through the patch notes. I was trying to be like, okay, well, maybe there's something I don't get. Because I'll be honest, a lot of times I don't understand the patch notes as much as other people. I'm not a
Yeah, I
pro
mean,
at this
yeah,
game. I try
yeah.
my best to give basic tips and
Some
entertain the
people out
audience.
there
I
that
know
will just devour them like mass test. I don't know, man. You guys do you?
that. I'm trying. Okay. So when I read these patch notes, like the barbarian nerf and the rogue nerf, sometimes I miss things. But I can't miss it when it stares me in the face when I log into the game and bluntly see, oh, I just die now. And what I don't understand is that
What do you
this isn't a
mean?
game where it's like I go 100% HP, 80% HP, 70%, 60%. Oh, I better heal 50%, 40%. Oh no, I made 3 or 4 mistakes in a row. When you die, you make one mistake. You either stood in a cheesy CC circle and it
Yeah.
was a skill issue of not dodging.
Dude, the amount of times that I've died to some shitty ass CC that just locks you on place, um, and you just don't have enough time to react, or you think you reacted correctly and then you escaped, only to be just grabbed by another CC, followed by another, and then just drop dead. Great mechanics, Blizzard. Loving them.
The CC, or a guy goes and then like runs through you and one shots you out of nowhere. At no point in any of the times when I died before the nerf did I think, oh wow, that damage was slow, methodical, and I could have avoided. It was always instant, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
always dying right now because of either one really cheesy thing
Yep.
or of a skill issue. So
Now, I will say I haven't played hardcore yet, but I'm not a masochist. I'm not really a full-on streamer, as you can see. But yeah, the game is still not functioning correctly in order to do a hardcore character. At this point, it's more it's more like one, you're a masochist for a fact, which is fine. But two, you're just doing it for the views and you're doing it for the entertainment of the stream and such. But if you're not really a streamer, there's no real point of playing a hardcore character because it's just a futile attempt. It'll get cheesed, you lose it, and that is it. And then you'll feel like someone stole the time from under you. Yeah, not doing it until I see that the game actually runs in such a way that you are not cheesed out of your hardcore character. Okay.
when I started playing this patch and started getting nuked even quicker, I just thought all it did was take what felt like the damage problem, which is either I'm live or dead. There's like no middle ground, and then just extended that. So I really kind of don't get that. And I especially feel bad for literally anyone that wants to play hardcore. We were going to do a hardcore challenge for the season one. And like
And what
all of my
happened?
friends have bailed on even wanting to play hardcore already. Now, I can understand the argument that I think people are making, and I myself was trying to understand with my copium of like, okay, where's the good in this? Which is maybe it's like a veggie shake, okay? Which is right now it feels bad, but it's good for you and the longevity of it. And then the longer I thought about that logic, I actually don't care if it is good for the longevity of it. Because what it's not good is for the immediate longevity of it, if that's actually a term. People are going to hate this. When you log in, your character feels worse. The people that min-max
Yeah,
their
it does.
gear just got a factual downgrade.
Yeah,
No one feels stronger after the patch. We all
absolutely.
feel weaker. And the one I really don't
I
understand
felt
is
weaker
why
before the
we nerfed
patch.
experience in a game that's designed. It looks like I've always said this game is designed for casuals. And I've also, and me and everybody else that looks around says
Uh-huh.
casuals aren't going to hit level 100. So why are we nerfing experience?
See, that's a very good point. And I think the problem lies somewhere in the lines of trying to please both audiences. Like we keep going to this circle where we're trying to get as much money from the casual audience as possible, while simultaneously trying to keep as many of the hardcore player base as possible, so I think. But it doesn't seem that way. It seems like they're doing things more for either one side or the other. And I don't see the point of making the game more difficult in general. Like, we could really summarize every single patch note that just happened in this patch to the game is more difficult in a non-fun way. It is not harder and funner. No, it is less fun.
for casuals. And then why is the
Again, before we continue, I'm gonna say I only have a character level 10, but I can see the difference already whenever I log into my other character, which is still not a level 100. I left it at I believe level 86, and after completing one dungeon, one nightmare dungeon of like I think it was level 60, the experience was not as good as it used to be. So you can clearly see it whenever you play. And not only that, it takes longer, especially for me, a minion necro. It's already subpar as it is. It's taking me even longer because everything does less damage. Like you feel like your powers were cut to like almost half. Um, so I don't know what the hell to do with my uh season 0 necromancer. So yeah, moving on.
experience that is now it's way harder to get less experience? They up the risk but didn't up the reward in the same quantity. So
No, they did not up
that
the
part has
reward.
been
That's the problem.
frustrating for me the longer I've thought about it as well. There's stuff I absolutely like in the patch. I like that they're adding new unique items. But when I realize this one is an uber rare,
Now I
I
will say this. I will say this though. I don't know if he's gonna touch on it, but I will before he does either way. Go ahead and jump again into Diablo. And I want to show you guys who still haven't quite dived into the game yet what I did find. We got this Caged Hearts of the Decrepit aura, I believe. You know, they're different types, etc. But the point is that they do different things. This one, when at least 4 enemies are near you, gain an aura that automatically curses surrounding enemies with Decrepify. The Decrepify, sorry. That is has the potential of fun in there somewhere. So they did added some things that are look like they have the potential to be fun. That's as most as I can say, since as you can see I'm only level 9 actually. I thought it was already I thought I was level 10, but clearly I'm not. And also you got, you know, the items that now have the socket for it. But you can only suck it depending on the type. Yeah, but anyways, just wanted to show you that, guys, that I think that's really cool. It does add a lot of possibility to the game when it comes to builds. Let's go ahead and
didn't realize this
keep
when I
on
was
getting
reading the
this.
patch. I realized it the day after. I no longer even care that it's in the game because it's an uber rare. So 1 out of 30 billion people on the
Yeah,
planet are going to get
no,
it.
like you
And here's
really
the other
ignore the
funny part.
Uber
They
loot
made
is
this
pointless
uber
in this game.
unique a staff. So only some classes are even going to be able to use the damn thing.
And here's the problem: it's like 1 in however million to drop, correct? Because I didn't get one my entire playthrough, and many people did not get one in their multiple playthroughs. Um, and what is the point? So you can have a character that for 3 months is going to be slightly stronger than your average character. I mean, which is all great and dandy, but like that is if you get lucky. And if you do get lucky, it's only worthwhile for like 3 months, and then it just gets tossed back to Hell Tides. I mean, or whatever the hell the normal league is called now.
So the community has been very boiled up, so much to the point that they're kind of doing a campfire chat on Friday to discuss this, which I can just already see the Twitch chat and how this is going to go.
Hey Julie,
It doesn't
sorry I
matter where you
didn't
go.
notice you there. My chat. I'm still learning how to stream here. I'm just having some time. So appreciate you the comment. Let me see what you wrote here. Well, I do designing and providing a good quality graphics like logo, FPS banner, okay. Well, I appreciate it, man, but how about we don't promote in the chat, please? Thank you.
You can go to any YouTube video, you can go to any Reddit post, you can go to any Twitter post. I don't see anyone who likes these changes. Everything from avid fans to people that don't even like the game. I actually talked to the Act Man on the live stream, and asked him, "Did you think that these would be the type of changes you'd like?" He's like, "Yeah, maybe make it more difficulty." But it's like even someone who played the game a little bit and didn't like it, they're not going to come back to these games because of these changes. Is my point here. So the reason people are so mad right now is everyone basically just took all the time to build their character and then
Yeah.
logged in on the day they expected to be hyped up for the season.
Mm-hmm.
And when they came back to the game after probably like a week or two break, they just see their characters worse and they can
Yeah.
do less of the content that's in the game than they can already do. They
Yeah, like that's the part I really don't understand. Um, my G. That's the part I really don't understand. Why do I log back into the game and it feels so like I've lost so much power? Like I've lost half of my gameplay for whatever reason. Like I don't understand why do I get excited to play a game, because the same thing happened to me. It's like I jump into my character and I immediately do a couple of things and I can see the damage drop and it's just depressing. It's like straight up depressing. Like I have no idea of what am I supposed to do.
they literally can do less content now than they could before, right before the season. So they took a pin and deflated the balloon right as the season hype is about to start, baby. And this is supposed to be the moment where like people come back and like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, right?
So I don't really get the logic of the previous campfire of like, we're gonna have you have broken, overpowered fun builds, but then you nerf everything right before it. By like, I mean, we're talking big nerf numbers. Like these aren't small numbers. You look at these nerfs.
Let's take a look at them.
This is a
All right,
50 to 25%. So that is a
let's see. So which one is this? No idea who this is. So, oh yeah, this is the general stats of the game. Okay. Strength 50% stronger when on weapons. 25%. What, dude? It's oh, I see. Literally reduced by 50%.
a 50% nerf on core stats of intelligence, cooldown by 30%, critical strike.
See, the cooldown reduction is what kills me, man. Like, what do you mean? Cooldown reductions of affixes often felt mandatory due to the raw power. We imagine cooldown reduction will remain a highly desirable stat, but the penalty for not prioritizing it won't be as harsh. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. We get cooldown reductions, so cooldown reductions basically on traps, imbuement, and just cooldown reduction in general. So there goes the minion necro build where you use cooldown reduction in order to summon more minions and use your ulti. I'm not really sure, but I think that will be affected.
Strike damage 17%, lightning 17, vulnerable damage 40%. Okay.
Good vulnerable damage. That's another one. Like again, I'm a minion necro. That's kind of what I wanted to do in this game. That's what I will continue to do in this game. And eventually I will branch out to do other kind of build, but that's the one I want to try again on this season. And guess what? Vulnerable was the only stat that applied 100% to your minions. Now it's reduced by 40%, which by the way, that doesn't make it that we're still gonna focus on it. It's just gonna do less, but we're still gonna focus on it because it's still too good far across the board. And I'm going to be forced to do the same thing because that's the only stat that pretty much used to pass 100% to the minions. Now the question is it now a 40%, or like did the minions also get the 40% reduction? Did they get to keep the 100%? Does it mean that we actually get even less than 40%, since minions only take 30% of your stats. I don't know. I welcome. Look at myself there instead of the damn. Yeah, welcome.
As much as vulnerable damage on crossbows is 65%. Inherit on swords crit with strike damage by 50%. This nerfs like everything. And then the stuff they increase is by 25%. And this has to do with just raw stats of like physical damage with two-handed, et cetera, conjuration damage. They increase some stats to compensate. But the ones they decreased are multiple of the modifiers that multiply off each other. Like vulnerable,
Critical
critical
strike,
strike, and
critical
core.
damage.
These are
Like
all
they
like,
reduce so many
core
of them.
stats. That is not core damage. These are all like individual multipliers. And that's where you get your big numbers from. So everyone lost a lot of damage because of this. But what's more frustrating isn't even the damage. I mean, you could probably get past losing some damage, but it's the items. Like people just went and farmed hell tides forever to get perfect stat items, and then they log into the game and their items are just way worse.
Items.
Like you can actually see this on my sword here.
That leaves us.
Like I went and I max row the vulnerable one, and this was like 70.5% or something like that. And I log in, it's 42%.
Yeah, 42%.
Like, holy moly, that feels weird. I was actually okay with the Bone Spear build nerfs. Like, I know Evosion is pretty good. That's why I got ranks of it in my amulet. Obviously, the Splintering's good. It went from, look at my roll now. It's 129%. So I get nerfing the class skills, but they doubled down and they nerfed everything else. So everyone's just kind of feels bad about this patch. And honestly, I feel bad about this patch.
I feel so bad.
I'm put it this way, boys. When DM comes up here that has nothing like really positive, like I don't have a lot positive to say. And it's pretty rare because I try to keep pretty positive and be pretty happy about things. But I kind of don't get this one. I really especially don't get the timing of it. There's only one argument I can understand, which is that they reduced all of the damage reduction, all of the total armor and all that now to get a baseline because everyone's going to start new characters in the season and they want to see how weak people are so that by season 2, when they adjust resistances, they will be able to have better data to accumulate resistances within defensive properties. That's the
People, that creates a whole new problem, man. What am I supposed to do in the meantime then? Like, obviously we're gonna play it. I mean, what else is there to play right now? But it still feels very bad. And not only that, but you have to redo a lot of things that you did not want it to redo in the first place. Like for example, I'm not looking forward to the quests. I hope they're not the same quests all over again. I really hope. I hope they changed it a little bit. I hope they have a pool of NPCs that rotate over time and give me different quests. That'd be really cool. I ain't gonna lie. If you haven't done it, please do it. But there are many things that bum me out about playing the game. I will still play it because I'm addicted to it. What can I do? But feels bad, man.
the only logic I can make out of this from like a development standpoint. Maybe they're trying to get the data. But here's my counter. I don't care if they're trying to get the data from it. I want to have fun with the game now. I just don't care. It's not my
problem. That's the thing right there. It is not the player's priority to know the data, to be honest. We're here to have fun. And we things very black and white in the sense of, or let's call it, we see things in a gray area where we just see whenever we play on our playthrough, how the changes that the dev do impact us, and we like it or we hate it. But keep us happy, man. That's what you really gotta do. Just fucking keep us happy.
Problem to develop the game. It's not my problem to figure out the balance of the game. It's my problem to play the game and have fucking fun because I pay for the game. So I don't see a way in which I would even care, even if that is the logic behind it. So I don't have a lot of positive things to say. I'm sorry it's a negative video. I tend not to be overwhelmingly negative.
I mean,
but I mean, I was live streaming and it's just overwhelming how many people hate this. And honestly, after playing it, like I played it for like 4 hours, tested out stuff. Yes, you can absolutely still blast through Nightmare Dungeons if you have, great gear and stuff. Yes, you can still kill Uber Lilith. I'm sure I can still kill Uber Lilith even with my nerfed build. Okay, but the game feels slower and worse for having
sluggish.
Had these changes.
I think the correct word is.
I'm just a little bit bummed out about it today. That's the honest truth.
Yeah.
I want to make one last point at the end here. You know why the rogue feels so good to play compared to the other classes? because it's fast and the mechanics are fast. You're daggering and then jumping across somewhere else, and
I
then all
have
the
yet to
daggers
play
go through.
Rogue, but
You're going, you're just
my
speeding
friend had a
through
blast with
everything.
it.
Everyone likes that, right?
Yeah,
So when you slow the entire game down,
that one seems like it's faster. Yeah,
everyone's not going to like it. That's the point. Faster feels better in an action RPG. There's more action when the game is fast.
I agree.
When it's slow, there's less action. And when there's less loot, there's less action. And guess where the loot comes from? Killing things. So when you kill things slower, there's less loot. So now we have less action, basically less loot. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't get why the game needed to be slower.
I don't get it either. I'm gonna, I guess, give my thoughts on this. The game shouldn't have been made slower. There's no reason for that. Um, it should have made it, just jumping on his point. It should have been made slightly faster. Maybe nerf some things so they didn't go too fast, but buff others so they can go faster. Because as it stands, unless we take a look at all the different new things that they added into the game as a whole, test them out, it feels like everything just became a slug. And I hope they fix it over time. There's a real good chance that after the entire community just bitches and moan that they will change this. Come on, let's be real here. Maybe it's a good chance. It's Blizzard after all. But we're the ones who suffer. We're the ones who feel that we wasted time. We're the ones who feel like got cheated, and we're the ones who pay for the game at the same time. Um, Worst case scenario, you just uninstall and play another game. For the time being, I don't think it's merit that anytime soon necessarily, but um, mm, if you're new to the game right now, it's gonna feel great. I'm just gonna tell you that. But if you played season 0, let's call that, then I don't know. I don't know. I just hope for the best. I hope they fix the bugs as soon as possible. And base case scenario, Minion are not utterly useless because I have a feeling they're gonna be so bad. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I'm still gonna play it. You guys can still catch me playing it every so often. I'm gonna try and stream, depending on the feedback I get on my streams and so on and so forth. And yeah, this is Sub YouTube. I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Okay.